Hi guys, this is Stephanie. Welcome to Stephanie's Journey. For those of you who are here for the very first time, welcome. For those of you returning, welcome back. Today I am going to do a August garden tour. Today is the 14th of August, so I didn't do one for July, but I got a lot of shorts, so check out the shorts. So let's get to it. I'm going to turn the camera around and let you guys see. Okay, let's start. This is that mess I pulled up out of that garden bed there. I finally got it cleaned up. My nephew came and he helped me. He stayed with me for a week. He's 11 and he helped me. He did a good job helping me out. This is my only blueberry plant that I have left. The rest of them died. This is my trailing sweet potato. And, oh my gosh, look, I got sweet potatoes in there popping up. Oh, I need to cover them. Oh, so maybe I'm going to get a bunch this year. Because I got them popping up there too. Let me get some straw to put over that. I'll come back. Let's take the leaves and cover it so that it helps with that. Because we don't want them to turn green. And I hadn't looked in there. So, that's what we got. Nothing else is over here. I pulled up my potatoes. This is the blueberry bush that died. The other one is over there somewhere. Is that? Oh, spider web. Marigold tree. Some greens that haven't gone to seed. Something ate up both of my leaves off of my fig trees. I don't know what it was or if they just died. I need to repot them. I have not. I'm horrible. But I've been harvesting my my mint. This is a volunteer tomato. I didn't know what kind it was. But from the looks of it, I think it is another one of those yellow pear. That's what I think it is. I hear something. I don't know what it is and it's scaring me. I hope it's a frog. My nerves is bad since I've seen that snake in my yard. And I need to cut my grass, which I'm going to do probably this evening. Green beans are green beaning again. Since I cut them back, I planted more. But these are growing because I just deadheaded them. And they started producing new leaves and more flowers, and now they're producing green beans again. And if I put the camera on it, you guys can see that. But they're kind of oddly shaped, some of them. Like they get big at the bottom and not at the top. But I'm going to still eat them. Strawberries, I had some covered. I uncovered them. They're probably not going to do anything. But it is what it is. Ooh, lizard scared me. Now see that? Only thing in this bed is this, and I need to cut the tops off of it so it can sprout out some more. Those are the starts that I use to start my sweet potatoes. So nothing else is there except for that volunteer tomato plant. Don't know what that is either, but we're gonna let it grow. The leaves look kind of big, so I think it may be a regular tomato. I'm praying that it is, and it's not another cherry or one of those, because I don't need that one more of those. These are the other green beans. They're all dragon. So I need to put a few more in here that I planted. That is that volunteer spinach. That is not volunteer. That is the ginger that I planted, and it's growing well in there. I've had to add dirt twice to cover it up because I don't know if it can get sun on it, so I'll add it more. I pulled up my potatoes here. They did good except for the red one, so I planted more in the same spot. I know you're not supposed to. They say you should plant them in different spots because of disease, but They didn't have any disease. They look so good. This bed is plumb full of worms. So I'm gonna water that in today. So hot right now. It's midday. My phone probably gonna get too hot and cut this video off, but potatoes are there. This is where I pulled everything out the bed. I need to clean my yard, but when I cut, it'll mulch it and cut it up. So, anywho, same thing. These are my carrots. It's still too hot. I don't think they're gonna grow well because I pulled a couple out and they were small. Still got some volunteer ones growing back there. All that needs to be cut back. I stuck, I broke my eggplant, so I stuck it in the ground. Thought it would do like tomatoes, but of course, doesn't look like it. It looks like it's dying. Still harvesting lots of greens. They're wilted now because it's so hot out here. And they had bugs on them, and I need to clean them, but I had to go out of town to take my nephew back, so I haven't had time to tend to them. But my greens have been doing very good. All four of these, all summer long. They have not bolted. So I've been harvesting green. I took my dad some. He was excited. Same with these two. My nasturtium still going back here because they're kind of shaded. This bed needs to be amended, so I'm going to do that this week. This has some eggplant on it. I took some of it off. Took my stepmom's some, but we still have one on there. One growing here, probably one's going to grow there. And probably there, hopefully. So we'll see. This is one that looks like it was a twin or something where it split. I'm going to get that off this week. I'll make eggplant parmesan. I'll show you guys. That was a volunteer, which is Steve's pear. I don't really care for those, which is same as this one. So I need to pull one of them up. And I'm thinking about cutting off a branch of this and sticking it in the dirt over there to see if it grows so that I can have two more, since this is a regular tomato and this is a brandywine. I just need tomatoes. These are all just need to be cut back, all of it, all the tomato plants, to see if they start producing again, because they are at its edge. Or I might try to cut the top of one of them off, like from here where it branches up, and put this in the ground and see if it does anything. Or maybe that one, maybe both of them, because that was a good tomato. Same with that cherry tomato in the back, strawberry. Don't need it. The aroma here is on its legs. So we got peppers growing in there. They're doing decent. So we got another tomato there, but I don't know how those are gonna do with the branches looking like they are. I need to amend the bed and pull some of that stuff up, but I don't have a lot of time during the week, so it's a weekend chore. And it's so hot during the day right now. It's still 90s. A few pepper plants sprinkle in and out. They're not producing as much as these are by itself. That's basil, lots of basil everywhere to deter bugs. This, I'm going to pull this up and put some brassicas in this bed because I have enough for tomatillos to make some salsa. I'm just going to make 1 or 2 jars, and I have enough for that. I'm pull the rest of them off of here because it's time for this to go. It's too big. My zinnias is in here. Then we have 2 pepper plants back there. They're not doing much because they're shaded. This is a volunteer cherry tomato. That one has gone, so I'm gonna pull that up. I'm gonna try to let this one grow, but I need to stake it. Same here, pepper plant there, some basil, and then my scallions are back there. And I can't get back there to see them. I just really need to clean all of this up, which I'm gonna try to do some today and this week. Another pepper. This is supposed to be a habanero, but it hasn't put on anything. Oh, I ain't have the camera pointed. It's supposed to be a habanero, but I don't know what it is, to be honest, because everything's been growing something different than what it says it is. So I mislabeled everything. But my okra has been doing pretty good. Got a bunch of okra. Got some now. Only one is ready to pull off, but I just pulled them all off before I went out of town. So it's not a lot on there, but it's one back there in the back, and then that one. And then these need to get a little bit bigger, but these are my favorite. I forget what they're called, but they are my favorite. And then the red ones, which they are producing slowly, the red ones. Don't get as many of those as I get of the green and these. Get a lot of these. So take what I can get. That's why I plant multiple. Got some eggplant growing back there in the back. Cut a bunch off for here. I don't see any more. I need to trim that back. These flowers are taking over. I need to cut some and bring them in the house. Trim that back. A whole lot of basil. A whole lot of peppers growing in here, as well as 2 pepper plants in here. 2 different type of pepper plants. One is, I don't know, back in there behind all of this. See the butterflies? Look at them. Lots of bees. This basil brings lots of bees. Then we have my frog fingers. Getting a bunch of them now. Thank God. I love them because they cook up so easily. You know, they get a little bit bigger than that. This is the size of the bigger one. Look, bug flew in my face. So they're easy to cook up. Just cut them in 2s or 3s and just saute them. So I'll come out here. My nephew, bigger one. That's a good size too. Got bugs on them. But my nephew helped me. I don't know what those little red. They look like ants, but they're not because they fly. And hopefully they're not destroying my plant. But my nephew helped me with that. These need to be cut back. I cut them back once. And then, okay, B. Then they started again. My squash that's back here, my zucchini is not doing much of nothing back there in the back. So hopefully I can cut this back and then start doing something. If not, I just won't have any. I'm just having trouble with that. Oh, and he is on the plant. Get off. This is my, not delicata, what is this? Scallop squash. This is the only one that's looking good right now. But we just saw a bug on it, so squash bug. But we do have a little squash coming. It's a delicata, but that don't look like a delicata. So we'll see how it grows. This is some type of volunteer. Don't know what. Okay guys, my phone got hot, so I went in and got my camera. It's gonna get hot too. It's hot out here. But as I was saying, this is a volunteer tomato. This is my delicata. So I see those squashes growing. So hopefully that grows and don't die. Got a bigger one there. Where is it? There. So hopefully we get some. This is a volunteer or something or another. I hope it is a regular tomato. Will be. And not a cherry. So we'll see what we get. The leaves look kind of big, so it may not be a cherry. These leaves are pretty big. So hopefully it's a regular tomato slicer. Not getting much luck with my cucumbers. They have whatever this is on them. I've been cutting the leaves from the bottom. This grew, but of course, you know, that's not right. We got one there coming. Need some water because it's hot. Basil is a deterrent. Need some deterrent in there, but I don't have anything. Nothing in those spots. Never planted anything. These are blooming. We're getting bugs all over them, so they're not gonna grow. Eggs everywhere. I keep cutting them off. They keep laying more. So needless to say, we're not going to get any more squash out of here. I got 3 off of this one, nothing off of that one. So sit down there for that. Here's, I don't know what it is. I planted something. Don't know what, if it's squash or cucumber or what it is, to be honest. But I planted something in there and didn't label it, so I don't know what it is. So we'll see what that does. We got tomato I stuck in there. Didn't like it. Tomato I stuck in there as well. There was a volunteer. Mama beans. I don't know if anything's on there. They got a bunch of flowers. They got some small ones coming. May have some big ones I need to check. There was one that brown that I can use for seed, but they had died back. I need to come cut back all of this basil. But that is it for that. Let me see what kind of tomato plant this may be. It's all on the ground, whatever it is, but it looks like it may be a slicer. Nope. These are too small. Not a slicer. Probably going to be a cherry. Yep. It is, of course, what I don't want, so I will pull that up. Don't need all of those. My green stock, never put it back on the porch. Still have the cherry tomato, green beans, the greens. And you can cut them back. Look at the little baby lizard. See him? Hey. This one has started growing leaves. This tomato plant I pulled out the plants that was in here except for that nasturtium. This is some basil. I stuck some carrots in here, some wild ones that were growing, so I just stuck them in here. So they're in different places. What else? Just the greens, some more lettuce. Stuff went to seed, so I gotta clean this out and replant stuff in here. I'm gonna fill this with lettuce. We got some onions that I didn't pull up, and now they're starting to green again. So I'm just gonna let them grow. And that is all that is in here. Not much at all. On the porch, don't have much growing. We have here is lemon balm. I've been harvesting that, making tea. This is thyme and a few leaves. Nothing else ever grew except for that one. So we have that. What else? More thyme in this one. We have 2 bunches, one there and one there. They grew. And then this is peppermint, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, from the sticks is peppermint. So that is it that we have growing. That all died back. I'm going to repurpose all that soil, and I put that on top of there. It's the flowers and the Malabar spinach. I'm going to throw it in the trash. Pull up all of those leaves, and yeah, we're back to the beginning where we started. And yeah, let's turn you around. Since I have my camera today, I can do that without stopping the video. So thank you guys for stopping by my channel and checking out my garden tour for August. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you all in my very next video. Alright, it's hot out here, y'all, and I gotta go back to work because my lunch is over. Goodbye.